Okay, cars then getting ready to be placed on the grid as the countdown begins. We're going to start off with Robert Peach, the 1 car. See if he gets away from that number 1 grid slot. So Peach gets away from Balestri, makes a clean start. Balestri looks for the insides. They go around under the flags. Balestri takes the lead. So Balestri leads from Peach already as they go around the infinity curve. So Balestri just saw an opportunity as they went under the flags. Peach didn't slam the door shut on him. It's a long final. It doesn't make sense to get embroiled in anything so early on. Dario Balestri then leads with the... Let's move on to the number 1 car, the white car. The number 2 car, the white car. That is Dario Balestri, our leader, as he exits the infinity curve. He will be trying to escape the attentions of Robert Peach, who is running behind him in second. Both of these guys really experienced drivers. Dario Balestri, the current 1/8 IC world champion, title that he won last year. So no question as to whether these guys can hold their nerve. They've both won plenty over their careers. Dario Balestri now back through the Shepherd S. Balestri leads round under the flag, sideways there into the shot for Balestri. Car's bucking and weaving about, goes through the infinity turn once more. 4 laps in now, he's got a gap of around 3/4 of a second over Robert Peach. Everybody else seems to have got away relatively in order. In fact, though, the number 8 car, who seems to be... Mazzio has dropped down the order. So Mazzio and Timu Lino have dropped down the order. Tironi and Garrido. Garrido, the car that was struggling earlier on, has he's got himself up into 6th place. So the car that was suffering a little bit. Mistake there, and Peach takes the lead. So a mistake there just as they went under the flag. So where the lead changed on the first lap, it's just changed again. So let's run with Robert Peach now, the lead car, the number 1 car. So Robert Peach now leading this one from Dario Balestri. Again, Balestri being sensible. He knew he'd made a mistake. There is 0 point at this moment in time in fighting too hard. It's an awful long final. You just want to stay within the area of the lead. Robert Peach will be trying to use his pace and pull away if he possibly can. Got a gap of about 7/10 at the moment. We're going to be approaching, where are we? We're nearly at the 3-minute in mark. So we saw off the front Dario Balestri taking an initial lead. He held the lead for 6 laps or so before Robert Peach then capitalised on a mistake. We got the 10 car of Cadena has obviously had some kind of a problem and looks like he's been a fairly early retirement. Tony Gruber keeping a watching brief on these guys as well. He's not a million, he's about 1.5 seconds behind Balestri. Carl Branson and Francesco Tironi also having a close battle, but we want to stick with this at the moment. Peach now starting to pull away from Balestri. This is something that we have seen really over the course of the week, that Robert Peach has a bit of an advantage in terms of consistency, if not outright pace. He just seems to be able to keep on driving around. He's almost driving slightly within himself to turn that same pace. So he's got the gap up to 1.1 seconds now. Robert Peach, this car that we are following, leading from Dario Balestri. 4 minutes gone. So we'll stick with Peach and Peach pits. Okay, so Peach has pitted. There we go, fuel gun goes in, it's released, so we'll stick with... I thought he'd cut then momentarily. The car hesitated as he went to leave the pits. So Robert Peach has given up the lead to Dario Balestri. It won't reflect yet as they go through on the computer, but in fact Gruber leads. Balestri pitted as well. Someone's just flamed out. That was a white car. There's so many white cars I couldn't see who that was. Someone has flamed out. It's one of the Infinity cars. I've just seen an Infinity mechanic running down the pit lane. I couldn't see who that was, though. Robert Peach we're running with is third place. I've got a horrible feeling that was Balestri that flamed out. Balestri is down at the bottom of the timing screen. I'm pretty certain that was Dario Balestri. He hasn't appeared. I think that was a problem for Dario Balestri, that white car that I just saw retiring at, well, not retiring, but stopping out of shot. Yeah, I'm pretty certain Robert Peach is now back to the lead. Tony Gruber into second, some 3 seconds behind, but Dario Balestri, that was cruel luck. He led for the opening couple of seconds. So Dario Balestri has had an issue. That has promoted Tony Gruber into second, Kyle Branson into third, Francesco Tironi now running in fourth place. So 1 from 3 from 4, the running order. Robert Peach leading this one now by about 4 seconds or so from Tony Gruber. Let's move back and find Gruber. He should be fairly easy to find. He's an orangey coloured car. He's just coming past us. Where is he? He's round the Infinity curve now. So he's just coming back down this little short straight. He's the only one running anything like race paint. He's coming through the Shepherd S. Tony Gruber's car. And being chased by the car of Kyle Branson. In fact, Mazio's running in third place at the moment. I think that's a false third place, though, because Mazio hasn't stopped. So Peach leading this one quite comfortably from Gruber, this car that we are running with. So Tony Gruber running around, been promoted by an issue for Dario Balestri. Balestri has got himself running again. Have to see if he can start making his way up the order. Pit stops are going to start shaking themselves out. So the second place man currently of Tony Gruber, some 5 seconds back, 4.9 seconds back from Robert Peach. So already about quarter of a lap behind as we get somewhere near the 7.5 minute mark. Running with the second place man, Tony Gruber. So we've got Germans running first and second at the moment. Gruber coming up to some traffic. This is the 8 car of Garrido. Garrido gets out of his way. So cruel luck then for Dario Balestri, who also actually had a retirement at the 8th Euros a couple of weeks ago in Casino. Had a retirement about 10 minutes into the main final as well when running somewhere near the front, as was Robert Peach, as was Tony Gruber. So in fact, 2 of the 3 podium occupiers at the moment are the same guys that finished, 2 of the guys that finished on the podium at the 1/8 Euros in Casino. Just showing how multi-talented these guys are. Running with Tony Gruber then as he tries to hunt down Robert Peach. Let's have a look. He's 5.7 seconds back now. Mazio still running in third place with the 6 car. In fact, Mazio and Tironi are quite close with the 6 and 7 car. Robert Peach has been given a drive-through penalty. Let's pick him up. He's through the Infinity curve. So Robert Peach given a drive-through for unsafe refueling. So have we got, yeah, okay, let's watch him, see when he pits for that drive-through. So he's been given a drive-through for bad refueling, it's been called. So I think probably when he was refueled, he didn't cross the, his mechanic didn't lift the car back past the line or past the, over the pit wall effectively when he was refueled. Either that or it was an unsafe release. He hasn't heard, I don't think. We'll run with him and see what this will do. So Peach running. So here we go. Here comes his drive-through penalty. Straight through, straight out of the pit lane. Tironi leading this one then with the 7 car. Although I don't think he's made his second stop yet. We're nearly at the 10-minute mark. Tironi leading this from Peach then, but I think that is a false reading. Peach has just served a drive-through penalty for, and it was called as a bad pit stop. We didn't see exactly what it was. It would either be an unsafe release into the path of another car, or it would be his mechanic not lifting the car back over the pit wall when he refueled. Didn't see exactly which of the two it was. Anyway, Robert Peach has served his penalty. He's maintained the lead from Timu Lino, who is some 3 seconds back. Timu, though, I don't think has made his second stop as of yet. Peach still leading this one then, despite his drive-through. He's taken his second stop. He's taken his drive-through penalty. 11 minutes into the main final now. Still leading is the car of Robert Peach by about 3 seconds from Timu Lino. Timu running second from Tironi. Gruber relegated down to 4th place. Carl Branson running in 5th. There's quite a big gap between Gruber and Branson. Dario Balestri has managed to pick off Carmine Raiola after his earlier issues. We saw one of the white cars. Unfortunately, there's so many white cars, and with this being such a big track, it can be difficult to pick up the numbers. It did turn out to be Dario Balestri, though, who actually led. He led round from the first lap. He put a move on this car that we're following, Robert Peach, very, very early on through this corner, in fact, just off the starting grid, and held on to that for 6 laps or so. Nearly a mistake from Robert Peach there. He's now through the infinity curve. There was almost a mistake as he came out onto the main straight. Robert Peach, though, heads back towards the Shepherd S. So Robert Peach pits for his 3rd fuel stop. Mechanic makes absolutely sure that time that he's behind the pit wall. So good stop there for Robert Peach. Timu Lino still running in second. He's only 3. In fact, Lino now leads, but that's because he hasn't stopped yet. Peach drops down to 3rd. Probably want to run for a little bit with the 5 car of Lino. It's one of the white-coloured cars out there. I know that doesn't narrow it down an awful lot. See if we can spot him, though. See if we can find the 5 car. He's just coming round. He's in the pits now. So the 5 car of Timu Lino has pitted. Let's pick him up in the pits. There we go. He's on his way. So Timu comes out of the pits just behind the, just in whether that's Gruber that he's behind. Tony Gruber just in front of Timu Lino at the moment. Tironi's leading, but he hasn't made a stop yet. So Peach is right with Tironi, but there is a stop between them. I think Gruber just in front of Lino, but he hasn't stopped yet either. So Timu Lino running in a net 2nd place. As he comes down towards the Shepherd S. This Timu Lino running in 3rd. He's running in 3rd place, but it's a net 2nd. Who's that behind him? He's got some awesome pace on the straight. I'm just having a look to see who that car is immediately behind Timu. It's the number 4 car. So that's Kyle Branson. So Kyle Branson's picked up some speed from somewhere. He's a lap down, so he's just unlapped himself. But Kyle's found some serious pace now at this stage in the race. I'm just wondering, actually, whether Kyle lost all that time. He dropped down the field. I'm just wondering if that was a tyre stop. We're going to start seeing tyre stops coming in. We're getting towards the 15-minute mark. So Tironi leading this one from Peach. The order could go a bit haywire. If anybody has a particularly long fuel stop, it's because they've changed tyres. So we're going to start seeing strategy play out. It won't really become clear until about the 41-42 minute mark who is going to be leading. I'm pretty sure Robert Peach is going to be up there, provided he has no mechanical dramas.
Something I've not seen before, and why car 10 is so far down the field. In fact, he's a good 20-ish laps down. He's had a new engine. Well, not maybe brand new, but a replacement engine.
Oh, Sergi Cadena.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've never seen that before. Car 10.
Yeah, Cadena. It's Sergei Frank Cadena.
That's
so
what, yeah.
It's his middle name.
He had an engine replacement.
Okay.
That's why it took so long. I've never seen that in the pits before, so I'm actually changing an engine.
It does kind of make sense. I mean, the engine will already be populated, if you like, with the clutch on its engine mounts. They're relatively quick change engine mounts. They're in 2 parts, so you haven't got to reset your gear mesh or anything like that. You can just unbolt the 4 screws, that hold the engine onto the mounts, drop the new engine in.
That was my first concern, was the gear mesh.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm glad you've covered that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, clearly. Slightly too much detail again, but there you go.
Love it.
Running with the 5 car of Teemu Lino, running in second place at the moment. Robert Peach still leading this one by some 2.9 seconds-ish from this car that we're running with of Teemu Lino. However, Robert Peach has already had to serve 1 drive-through penalty as well for a bad fuel stop, it was called. I didn't see the exact cause, whether it was because he was released into the path of someone else or whether he was not taken back across the pit wall when he was refueled.
The pit director, I didn't hear the full story. It was something to do with the way he was released. He, is it Alfonso, was talking to Peach's pit mechanic.
Yeah.
And all the pit mechanic kept saying was, but I'd flamed out. But I was going to flame out or something. So I think the way in which he put the vehicle down was he was doing it because he worried he was going to flame out. There was a technical reason why.
Okay.
But the pit director was saying, no, you don't do that whatsoever.
Okay.
I know that's only half
So
the
what
story,
he probably went to put the car down then, if he was worried about it flaming out, he would have heard the engine note drop. He would have picked the car up, signalled up to Peach or said to Peach over his headset, blip the throttle, rev the throttle. So therefore, that picked the revs back up, cleared the engine out. He then put the car down. So it was probably the motion of going to put the car down, then picking it back up again.
Could be.
I guess.
So they're not like that in the pits then?
No, they don't like a sort of a false...
right.
Maybe he just hesitated. Anyway, we are with refuelling Teemu Lino, who refueled from the lead. Robert Peach has pitted earlier and has dropped a little bit back down the field. So let's pick up Robert Peach, actually, the number 1 car. He's relatively easy to spot. He's the sort of slate grey coloured car. And just see him now coming round through the Shepherd S. He's under the pit exit now. So this is the number 1 car of Robert Peach, currently shown in 5th place. Let's see how far back he is. He is almost a lap down on Teemu. The reason that he's almost a lap down is he's had a tyre change at this point already.
So Teemu's not had a tyre change
Teemu
yet.
hasn't had a tyre change yet. So that's why there's almost a lap between them. So he's Robert Peach then running in 5th place at the moment, although that will correct itself towards the end of the final, I think.
Technical question for you.
Yes.
It seems today is a lot hotter than the other last 2 days that we've been here.
Yes.
Will that affect their fuel strategy? As in, it hasn't been this hot since Monday here.
Yeah.
So have they had enough experience of running in temperatures like this to be able to make accurate petrol forecasts, fuel forecasts?
That's one of the reasons why they had the opportunity to practice earlier.
Of course, yeah.
Balestri and Robert Peach. They may have had to make a slight adjustment to the engine. You might have to run it slightly richer to keep the engine temperatures down. So you're putting in a little bit more fuel, which contains the oil, to keep the temperatures down.
Right.
As well, because it's a longer final.
Yep.
You want to keep the temperature down. You can't just go for a 5-minute run with a little bit less lubrication in there. You really don't want to run without that lubrication and have it overheat. So they could be running a little bit richer, which of course does burn more fuel, but they'll be keeping an eye on that the mechanics effectively dictate the pit strategy for the driver. So if they see that the driver's approaching a bunch of traffic, they might call them in a lap earlier, a lap later.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too much of a problem, though, to
No.
answer your question.
So rule of thumb is less heat, more lube?
Yes.
Okay.
Effectively. Still running with the car of Robert Peach, running in 5th place. He's got an awesome amount of horsepower there as he just blasts past down the main straight into the infinity curve. That is the, was that the 7 car of Tironi that he's just passed? No, it's the 5 car. So who is the 5? That's Timu. So, he's just unlapped himself. Okay, so Robert Peach has just unlapped himself from Timu Lino. So Timu realising he's a lap up on Robert. That's as a result of tyre strategy. Not defending too hard. So we're running with Robert Peach, who at the moment he appears to be in 5th. You might be questioning why we're running with him. Let's watch him as he comes through the pits. In goes his fuel gun. Sent on his way again. That was a clean stop that time. Robert Peach then now up to 3rd place. What we might see then is Timu rolling the dice maybe. We might see Robert going for, trying to think when he stopped. We're not quite at half distance yet into the final. I just wonder if Robert is going to have another set of outside tyres, certainly, and Timu is just going to go for one tyre change and try and make up for his lack of pace relative to Robert with a different tyre strategy.
What will a one tyre change strategy mean? Will it mean you get a raggedy car at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a slower car, but you don't lose that time in the pits.
Yeah.
You can see the speed that Robert Peach went through past Timu. This is Carl Branson now that Robert's trying to make his way past. The speed at which Robert came past Timu and pulled away from him, he's clearly just going as fast as he can all the way through. He'll chuck on as many tyres as he needs to do that and to get away with that. So Robert has Robert trying to get past Kyle there, and that was for position. Kyle doesn't need to get out the way. And in fact, I think that's Tironi now that got in front of Peach through that as well. Just going to check and see. Is that for position? It's the, no, that's the 9 car. No, it's not, can't be the 9 car. Carmine Raiola's an orange car.
7 car, the yellow.
It's the 7 car, okay. So the 7 car, yeah, it is Tironi then, okay. So this is 4th and 5th. And there we go. You see through the infinity curve, Robert Peach makes a pass on Tironi. So now closing in on the back of Timu Lino, who he unlapped himself from a moment ago. Now battling him for position. So that's some awesome speed there that Robert Peach is carrying into the infinity curve. Let's have a watch as he comes around again. You see, just at the end of the straight, he just keeps on gaining pace. Let's watch as they come around under the flags. This Timu Lino directly in front of him. Out onto the main straight. It's down the end here. Watch here into the infinity curve. Look how much of a gap he closes up on Timu. Timu knows that it's coming. Robert's got some awesome speed that he just keeps on gaining. Looks like his second gear's geared a fair bit higher than some of the other cars out there. So he's just carrying an awful lot more speed into some of those corners. Bit of a scruffy exit there. But you can see the gap that he pulls just in the middle of that infinity curve. It's immense.
Sorry, I thought you'd finished. Didn't mean to crush you.
Okay, no problem.
He also seems to be braking late on that last corner down the straight as well. It does. He gets that lunge, the advance on the car in front, but also the car in front seems to then slow down.
Yes.
But Peach is braking right at the last minute before he makes that turn.
Well, I'm not even sure he's braking as such into the corner. He's just on the throttle for much, much longer before he backs off and really gaining time. So in the high-speed corners, Robert Peach looking really, really comfortable. He's currently running in third place behind Timu Lino, who is the car immediately in front of him. We are over half distance in this final, and we can see Peach all over the back of Lino. I think actually this is going to turn out to be the lead battle. Mazzio is currently leading, and leading by quite a decent amount. He's leading by some, let's have a look. He's leading by, they're so far apart, I'm just waiting for the gap to update. He's leading by about 14 seconds is Mazzio, but I believe Mazzio hasn't done any kind of tyre stops yet. So that's why he's shown as leading. I think the car that we're running with at the moment, Robert Peach, will be in a bit of a battle with Timu Lino. Robert has got a faster car. I think Timu is going for one tyre stop less. I think what Robert's done is gone for the fastest strategy, or the strategy which lets you drive fastest throughout, which seems to be one complete new set of tyres and then one outside set of tyres. I think Timu is just going for one complete set of tyres throughout it, so he's going to have one less pair of tyres changed, and we'll be hoping that the time loss in the pits is more than the pace advantage that Robert Peach, the car we're running with, has. We're only going to find that out right towards the end of the final. It will probably only become clear in about 15 minutes' time if that's actually working out for Robert Peach or whether it's worked out for Timu Lino. Peach running some 4 seconds behind Lino at the moment. Just seen an orange car in front. Mazzio's running an orange car. Let's just double check, see what number that is. That's the 9 car. So that's not Mazzio, that is Carmine Raiola. Lots of single solid colour body shells in this final. Tony Gruber, the only one running race paint, so it's a little bit difficult to keep track of where he is. Dario Ballestri's got his way back up to 6th. So he's showing strong pace after his earlier problem, after his earlier issue. It's not been enough to get himself back into contention. Peach now showing as leading this one from Timu by, it's about 3 seconds, his lead. So Timu's had his tyre change. So I think what we're going to see is Timu's now had his tyre change. I think Robert, although he's leading, Robert is going to have another tyre change. He's going to drop back behind Timu, so he's going to have to catch him and pass him. So we'll stick with Robert Peach at the moment because we want to try and capture this second tyre change if he goes for it. I think he changed so early that he's going to have at least another pair of tyres put on the car, on the outside of the car. Still running with Robert Peach, then coming up to the 17 minutes remaining mark. It's looked the fastest car out on circuit all week. Took 4 of the 5 qualifying rounds. Peach then underneath the pit exit. Comes round underneath the flags, out towards the main straight. Down through the infinity curve, that corner that we've seen he's carrying so much more speed through than just about anybody else. Round through the Shepherd S. Still leading then Robert Peach. He's got his gap up to Timu. He's got his gap between him and Timu up to about 4.3 seconds. So we've just seen Peach pit. Peach has pitted. No tyre change we saw there though. Linu now leading from Tironi and Peach. This is Tironi that Peach is behind, although he's a stop in front effectively. So Peach looking to get past Tironi for position. Tironi doesn't have to give it to him. They are racing. Tironi will get out the way when he has to stop, though. But Tironi defending as hard as he can from Robert Peach.
We're just coming up to the 15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes remaining.
Peach then makes his way past Tironi. Tironi didn't fight too hard. Two-thirds of the way through the final then. Timu Lino currently leading from Robert Peach, but the gap is coming down all the time, and we think now they're pretty much even on strategy. So we're running with the second place man, our TQ man, Robert Peach. Dropped down as far as 5th place earlier, but he's been so confident in his pace that he can do the tyre change. So just seeing out there some of the marshals actually swapping positions. It's that hot out there today that seeing an exchange of marshals just to give them a bit of a break in the heat.
I wondered why he was running on the track. I thought we'd got a streaker.
No. Just
So this is very unconventional for a main final. Someone running out onto the track with that high vis. I now see what's happening.
Yeah, just it's 45 minutes is quite a long final to be sat out there in the heat.
Yeah, I get that.
So he'd obviously pre-organised to have a bit of a changeover. Still running then with Robert Peach, our leader. He's now got an 8-second lead over Timu. I think this is actually a reflection of where they are going to be, because I'm pretty certain now they're on the same amount of stops remaining. Should become completely clear in about 10 minutes' time. But Robert Peach looking fairly comfortable. Timu Lino holding on from Mazzio by about 5 seconds. Balestri's got himself back up into 7th place, and he's closing down actually on the car of Garrido. Just seeing another marshal exchange going on. Peach in, and here goes Peach for a tyre change. So here we go, Peach is having a tyre change. You can see outside tyres going on. 2 mechanics out there. He can't get his nuts done up tightly. It's not gone well. Doing the other side. So this is a complete tyre change. Tyres going everywhere in the pit lane. That's been retrieved. Been sent on his way. So Robert Peach, who's that being returned to pits? That's the 4 car. That's Kyle Branson. Okay, so that was our 5th place man having had a problem. So Robert Peach has had a complete new set of tyres fitted at his stop. So Robert Peach now has got, he's in the nice position of having 10 minutes, a completely fresh set of tyres. He can push it as hard as he likes to try and get to the end. Lino and Mazzio are leaders then. Timu Lino all but a lap up. You can actually see Timu. I'm just trying to see where Timu is, actually. Just trying to pick up Timu's car out on the circuit. We're running with Robert Peach. We'll stick with Robert Peach. Okay, so yeah, Timu is almost a lap up on him. So, okay, I think what we want to do then is move back 1 car. So on the main straight now, going into Infinity Curve. Let's pick up Timu. There we go. There is Timu. So this is our leader. So what we'll do now, we'll run with Timu and see what happens when he pits. See whether he goes in for, I would imagine he's going to be due a tyre change. And then when he gets released from the pits, I think he's going to come out somewhere in the vicinity of Robert Peach. Teemu Lino then leading as it comes through the Shepherd S. Now out past the pit exit. We're hearing some unhealthy sounding engine in the background. Teemu, meanwhile, running on down the main straight. It's not any of the leaders. We have got 10 minutes of this final remaining. Teemu Lino leading this one then.
The unhealthy engine is Garrido again, I think.
Okay.
Wasn't happy at the start of the race. I think it's a possible retirement, I would guess. As he is down from the rostrum as well, looking at his own car.
Yeah, okay, that would probably fit. I'm still watching the car of Teemu Lino. He's our current leader. If you're just joining us, Robert Peach is running in third position. Robert Peach was our TQ man. And we've got 9 minutes left to go. What they're playing at in terms of the strategy, Robert Peach has done a complete tyre change. Teemu Lino, we haven't seen yet. Here we go, here, Teemu pits. Let's see if he has a tyre change. So he's refueled and sent on his way. Teemu obviously had a tyre change earlier, but Robert had, I think Robert's run 2 complete sets. Teemu hasn't gone for that. So I think Teemu's trying to get through the final without doing that complete tyre change. He's only had an outside set of tyres. I think he's definitely not going for that. I'm pretty certain he's not going for that second stop. It would be too late now. So what we're going to see is a gap between them. Robert Peach is 10 seconds down on Teemu. So we're going to have to watch that gap. They've got Mazzio in between them as well. So we're going to have to see if Robert Peach can hunt down Teemu Lino. He's clearly got extra pace in the car. He's going to be running faster. Teemu's going to have a slightly hobbled, bit of a wonky car at this stage with the mismatch of tyres. And, Teemu has a half spin. There you go, just demonstrating through the infinity curve. Just about got away with it. Robert Peach will be encouraged by that, though.
Could that be a sign that his tyres are going?
It will certainly be a sign that, the car's getting difficult to drive. Teemu's good enough to hang on to it, but he'll know that he can't push the car quite so hard. There he goes, a little bit more tentative that time through the infinity curve. Just going to see what the gap comes down to. In fact, Peach has made another stop, I think. Teemu Lino still leading. Peach is back out on circuit. Just having a look, I think Peach is dropping down the field. Peach didn't have a very clean stop there. So that could be it for TQ man Robert Peach. He's had some kind of issue. He's dropped down. He's back up and running again. But he's now down in 6th place, and he's over a lap down on this car that we're running with of Teemu Lino. So it could actually be now that Teemu is leading this one from Mazzio. So the 5 car from the 6 car from the 7 car of Tironi. So Teemu is leading this one now, and I think it's going to turn out to be a genuine lead because his challenger, Robert Peach, had an issue in that last round of pit stops. So we were expecting Teemu, when he made his final stop, to end up somewhere in the region of Robert Peach. So we were running with Teemu, and then Roberts obviously had a bit of a problem somewhere off camera, dropped down the field. I'm just having a look at where he is. He's the best part of 2 laps down. Teemu Lino leading this one then from Mazzio, Tironi. Balestri's got himself back up into 4th place. Balestri can't win this, surely, after his problem that he had earlier. No, he's too far behind. Teemu Lino, I think the winner's going to come out of Lino and Mazzio. Pretty sure as we come with 5.5 minutes left. See when Teemu makes his final stop. Pretty sure he's only got one stop left. Teemu then a little bit wide under the pit exit. Comes around underneath the flags. Out towards the main straight. Looks like Matsio has made a stop because the gap between them has increased. Teemu then stays out. So he is now within range. I'd say Teemu is definitely within range of getting to the end now on one last stop. He'll probably want to do one extra lap after this if he can manage it. So let's see if he comes in on this lap or the next one. Teemu, he's passed this lap, so I would imagine Teemu would come in on the next lap for fuel. Let's see quite how long he can stay out. Teemu Lino then leading relatively comfortably. It looked like Robert Peach was going to be up there, but he had an issue in the pits. Here we go. We've just got our leader pitting. So Teemu Lino in the pits. Refueled. He's sent on his way. No issues there for Teemu, so he is out of the pits for the last time. He's got about an 8-second lead over Matsio. So Teemu Lino with 4 minutes remaining. Looks like his strategy has paid off. Teemu looking relatively comfortable out there. In fact, his lead's not 8 seconds. His lead was recording as 8 seconds because of the stops. His lead, in fact, is definitely not comfortable. It's 0.7 of a second from Matsio. Matsio is behind, one car behind him, though just waiting to see if Matsio needs a stop again. Running with the 5 car of Teemu Lino. Leading currently by just under a second from Alessio Matsio. 3 minutes of this final remaining. 3 minutes left to go for Teemu Lino to hang on. Gap 0.7 between him and Matsio. Matsio staying out. 2 and a bit minutes to go. You can see Matsio in the back of shot. Still running then for Alessio Matsio as they're coming round. Teemu Lino still maintaining his lead from Matsio. Matsio having a slight sideways moment through the infinity curve. Matsio has disappeared. So Matsio has stopped. Okay, so that reduces the pressure on Teemu then in the final 2 minutes. So Teemu now has a lead over Matsio. So the 5, 6, and 7 cars are running 1, 2, 3 with less than 2 minutes to go. Teemu has made all of the fuel stops that he needs to. So I think we are seeing Teemu on his way to another European Championship. Teemu exits the infinity curve. Comes down the little short straight now towards the Shepherd S. Past the pit exit. And he's heading round under the flags. His lead some 5.5 seconds over Matsio. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. So another 3 or 4 laps for Teemu to hang on. He'll be desperate not to make a mistake. 1 minute left to go. Teemu then hanging on to this from Matsio, from Tironi. Matsio closing the lead slightly, but Teemu won't mind about that with 45 seconds left. Teemu past the pit exit once more. It's looking good for Teemu now. Comes down the short chute out onto the main straight. 30 seconds left. So Teemu starting his penultimate lap now. He'll make it through onto an extra lap. In fact, Teemu may well get a victory lap because I don't think Matsio will make the extra lap. It's going to be no, Matsio won't make the extra lap. So if Teemu crosses the line here, he has won the final. Teemu just needs to make it across the line and he will win. So Teemu crosses the line. He has won the European Championship. He doesn't know it yet. There goes the buzzer. Matsio has finished. So Matsio has crossed the line in second place from Tironi. Teemu Lino has won this final. He doesn't know it yet until he crosses the line, but he has won it. We're going to go and catch up with him in the pits just as he exits the infinity curve, crosses the line. Teemu wins. So Teemu has won the final. Won the European Championship. Great drive there from Teemu. Under pressure. Brave on strategy and a stop less than Teemu. Not a tyre change less than Robert, who obviously had some kind of a problem. So just see Andy waiting at the bottom of the steps, wanting to congratulate Teemu. We'll come up here and see if we can catch him. Let's just have a look. Everybody congratulating Teemu. So everybody shaking Teemu's hand. Teemu, well done. European champion.
Thank you.
Yeah, good race. Obviously, were you? It looked like you went with one stop one tyre change less than Robert.
Yeah, I chose the easy strategy. So cruise around, save the tires, and just change one time. So I thought everybody changed 2 times or 1.5 times. So I just cruise around.
Okay, did it make it easier? Did it relax the pressure a bit? Because when Robert had his problem, when he dropped back down the field, did you know that he'd had a problem?
No, I didn't know what problem he had, but I had the problem on start. I get the hit on the back, and I drop all the way on the back. So I was a little worried on that point, but I just concentrated, keep my pace, and try to bring it home.
Okay, well done. That's another European title to add to your collection. So very, obviously very happy with that.
Yeah, really happy. It's a long time I win and finish the race, so very, very happy.
Good. Okay, well, thank you. We'll let you get down there and celebrate with your team.